accidents caused by a lack of a safety culture cost everybody. They cost the employee, they cost the employer. So you really want to have that strong safety culture. There are costs associated with accidents, and they cost everyone. And there's direct cost and indirect cost. And some examples of direct costs would be medical expenses, insurance payments, property damage. These are all examples of direct cost. There are some indirect costs, which we also call hidden costs. The book says that hidden costs are 2 to 7 times more than direct costs, which is a substantial amount. So some of these examples of indirect costs would be to train new workers, if there's an investigation as to why the accident happened, scheduling delays. You know, now the project is going to take longer because maybe the job site has been shut down. Lost productivity with fewer workers because they're out, because they're injured. You're not going to get as much done. You'll have to repair equipment and property possibly, or just the fact that you're going to be working with less people, so absenteeism. There's several different causes to accidents, and this is a full slide, but I just want to show you these accident causes. Failure to communicate. Examples would be the signage. Maybe there was not a sign indicating that a hard hat should be worn, or that there was a hole. Maybe safety glasses should have been worn. There needs to be signs, and that would be the solution to that. So that is failure to communicate. There's also poor work habits. We have people who procrastinate, and also they play around, and they play tricks on each other, or they just have general not professional attitudes. So promptness, getting things done on time, as well as just a strong safety culture, those will all play into good work habits. Drug and alcohol, substance abuse is an example. If you go out partying the night before, you don't want to come to work still under the influence of anything. Also, the more likely thing would be that you would have prescription drugs in your system that they would specifically say that you cannot operate heavy equipment. Lack of skill. You may not be checked out on a certain tool. If you're given a skill saw and expected to cut boards with that, and you've never used it before, and you use that saw and get injured, that is an example of lack of skill. So the solution would be to get checked out on that, and to be shown the proper way and the safe way to use that. Intentional acts. A dissatisfied employee may do things to almost sabotage the work of others, or just the job site. The bad thing is that it jeopardizes other people's safety. So everyone needs to have an understanding of how others could be hurt. Unsafe acts. A lot of times there's people who want to not put on their safety glasses or their hard hat, or they just lift the wrong way because they're in a hurry. A lot of these things are examples of unsafe acts, and the idea is that you need to have safety training frequently, and thorough safety training, so that all the employees, everyone on the job site, understands that there are safe ways to do things and there are unsafe ways. Rationalizing risks. Sometimes we have people that say, oh, I don't need my safety glasses because I'm just going to make one quick cut. I'm not doing much, or I'm only going to lean over just a foot to nail this board on. Those are things that we would not want to do, and that's rationalizing risk. So we need to treat everything like a major risk. Unsafe conditions. This is also another, in my opinion, a big one. Noise, inadequate guards, poor housekeeping, poor lighting. These are all things we see frequently, and we have to be aware of them, and we have to take corrective action to make sure that we're all working as safe as possible. Management system failure, not reviewing safety. Okay, so what this means is, if you have a management system failure, people were not made aware of the safe way to do things. Maybe they don't know how to use the MSDS, or if there's an emergency, what to do. And so to remedy that, we would have regular safety training and everyone is up to date. They know how to handle everything on the job site in the safest way to do things. And lastly, in this section, we're kind of talking about good housekeeping. That kind of came up here. This is a remedy to a lot of issues that we would have. When we talk about good housekeeping, we're talking about keeping things free from scraps and spills. And the goal of good housekeeping is to prevent accidents. So we got to have a job site that's cleaned up and neat, and so that you're not tripping over things, because a lot of times you're not looking down, especially if you're carrying something and you can't see down low. You need to be sure that everything is safe around you.